so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. Of course, my name is AJ, one of the mentors here. And today, as always, we are going to go through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We are going to take a look at what is currently happening, how we're positioned, and then, of course, those next best trade setups that we are looking for to, of course, take advantage of and, of course, extract more profits from these markets, right? Because that's the ultimate goal, right? We want to extract as much profit as possible on a consistent basis. So, of course, we are going to run through how we can do that in the near to short term future. But let's jump into it. But before we do, please do make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you, of course. Enough of that. Let's jump into it. Let's take a look at what is going on. And let's take a look at, give me 2 secs. We are back. Sorry, I just had to let the dog out. He was crying to go outside. But let's jump into it then. So, of course, we have seen price pullback after entering into that short trade, right? We have seen price pullback after entering into that short trade all the way back up here Monday, the 30th of September. Okay, this is kind of what we anticipated. We did anticipate a bit of a pullback. And now, okay, we are seeing some sort of, some like bearish structure here, okay, which we, of course, we will talk about as well, because again, we're looking at a more higher time frame bullish structure, right? But we did get this really nice pullback, and we have levels towards the downside that, of course, we have been interested in taking along from, right? We have got levels below us that we are interested in taking along from. Okay, now first of all, like the main area, okay, the main area that I was looking to long was, of course, this area right here, right? However, I also was kind of interested in 60,145 right here. Okay, and that's actually where we've seen a nice a nice rise off of. Okay, so we've seen price come down into this naked point of control at $60,145, and we are seeing a really nice rise off of this level. Now, this is kind of a trade that I had planned. It wasn't my preferred trade, but it was a trade I did have planned. I'm not in the long trade, just to clarify that. I'm not in the long trade from there because when we were seeing this, right, this was, if we just go into the smaller time frames, right, when we were seeing price actually start to reclaim. So you can see this here on the 1 hour time frame. We started to actually reclaim this naked point of control on the lower time frames, which of course the 1 hour. We started to do this at 1 o'clock in the morning, right? 2 o'clock in the morning. So of course I'm asleep at this time. I of course was not aware that we were reclaiming this level. Okay, whilst also at the same time we were forming this, of course, swing failure pattern of that low as well. So yeah, initially, right, there are two good signs there to enter into a trade. Then coming over to the order flow as we always do to just see what the reaction's like really. And at this level, okay, we were actually seeing a fair few short trades open up, but at the same time, we were also seeing quite a lot of long trades getting wrecked as well. So you can see here we had open interest increasing, right, with some negative delta. So yeah, if we start all the way back here, we've got 1.43 million, 4.8, we've got 7 million there, we've got 6 million there, we've got 3.6 million there, we've got 12 million, we've then got 8.4 million. Okay, so we had a fair few short trades open up down here. Okay, and that's initially what you want to see. For me though, it wasn't a huge amount. Okay, it wasn't a huge amount of short trades that opened up, and it's not really, it's what I want to see, but it's not really, and it wasn't really enough. Okay, so in the time, I can't really look back and say whether I would have taken the trade or not, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's not one that I would go into and be super confident in, right? Because we're seeing what I want to see, which is of course shorts open up, but we're not seeing enough of those shorts open up to really give price a reason to have that rise up. But at the same time, okay, we were then looking at, right, loads of long trades getting locked out, stopped out, okay, liquidated, wrecked, whatever it may be, okay. So you can see here we've got 30 million, 19 million, okay, 13 million here, 20 million here, 17 million here, right? So there's a lot of long trades that are getting wrecked. Now this, okay, is something that's a little bit more appealing to me for a possible trade, okay. That's what's a little bit more appealing when we're seeing lots of long trades getting wrecked. Okay, that's another, again, I say this a lot. There are three types of things I look for when entering into a trade. First of all, okay, I'm looking for like trapped traders. Second of all, I'm looking for a huge portion of the market to get wrecked. Now, this is not a huge portion of the market, but it's quite a lot of people to get wrecked. And then the last thing that I look for is large absorption from big buy limit orders, okay, or sell limit orders that are absorbing all of the buys or sells coming into the market, depending on whatever direction price is going in. Okay, so yeah, from here, it's not ideally what I would prefer to see, but okay, the order flow is okay, right? We can say the order flow is okay here. We are seeing shorts open up. We are seeing a lot of long trades getting wrecked. So okay, there is a bit of there is a valid reason to take that trade. Okay, there is a valid reason to take that trade, and as you can see, right, we have seen a nice rise off of that, right? We have seen a nice rise off of that. Now, again, I'm looking at this again. I'm acknowledging this, right? And I'm of course learning from this still myself. Okay, again, I haven't traded this. This happened 1-2 o'clock in the morning when we started to reclaim this naked point of control. Okay, but yeah, it's of course really important, even if you haven't taken the trade, to just kind of like take a look at a trade that you've possibly missed, okay, and just run through what was actually happening in the time, okay. And of course, we did get this big wick down, right? On this big wick down, we saw a lot of those long trades getting wrecked, okay. And it's like what I said earlier on in the week as well, with this rise here being a pretty rubbish rise. It was a pretty rubbish rise. I didn't really have much confidence in this rise, and I said it kind of feels like the market's going to go down from here. And that's what we did, and we gave that whole rise back. Okay, we did give that whole rise back, which was kind of what I was looking for at the start of this week anyway. Again, like I said, I think it was yesterday or the day before, just because I have a feeling that the market's going to rise or a feeling that the market's going to pull back doesn't mean I'm going to take a trade off of that. Okay, of course, I stick to my rules. I stick to my trade entry triggers. So yeah, just because I had a feeling here, I was already short, so it didn't really matter anyway. But just because I had a feeling that price could pull back from here doesn't mean I'm going to short. Okay, of course, I need to see a trade entry. I need to see everything aligning. Nothing's really aligning here. I'm just looking at this rise as being a pretty rubbish rise. And what tends to happen when we get a rubbish rise is that we give that rise back by having a pullback, and it works the opposite way as well. We can have a rubbish pullback, okay, and a rubbish pullback tends to end in price actually rising and giving that whole pullback back. That's what happens a lot of the time, okay. And this is something, if you're learning to, if you're learning order flow and you're like, just trying to gain some experience with it, this is something that you will learn over time, right? When to kind of spot those rubbish moves. And, you can't necessarily look at every single move and think this is a good move, this is a bad move, and kind of expect price to or predict where price is going to go, right? But you can have a good understanding of a lot of moves, okay? For example, all of these rises up, okay, that we've seen previously, they've been very, very, very good moves up, okay, very good moves up they have, okay, because we've seen open interest rising, price, of course, increasing, and positive delta building. So these have all been very, very good rises, okay, but the issue is with a good rise or a good pullback, it can get messy, and that's exactly what we've seen over the past 6, 7, 8 months, whatever it's been, right? Because we've seen these huge, very quick as well moves down, right? That have literally been caused by the long trades getting stopped out, not by shorts opening up. So you can get a pretty good understanding of what each move is being fueled by. Well, I guess that's what order flow gives you anyway, but you can have a pretty good rise, a pretty good understanding of, if it's a good rise, if it's a bad rise, and where price is kind of going to go next. But again, it's like you can never take a trade off of that, right? Again, you're always looking for the confluence, the trade entry triggers, all of that stuff to actually enter into the trade. But we've come down, of course, naked point of control. We've held it, okay, on the lower time frames. Of course, we've lost it, but then we've reclaimed it. We've got that swing failure pattern on this 8-hour chart. We've got the move up, okay. Now, for me, like I said to the team this morning, okay, I said to the team this morning as well about this, right? This pullback here, okay, this pullback that we've had, and this possible like long trade if you would have taken it, okay. It kind of needs to be fueled mainly by new long trades coming in. And the reason I say this is because this move down here isn't, it's not, there's no clear reason on why price has pulled back here, because we've had a bit of a, well, there is, okay, there is a clear reason, but there's a bit of a mixture of reasons, right, between short trades opening up, but also long trades getting wrecked, right? There's a bit of a there's two reasons, okay, really, and two reasons that's two things that have actually moved price down. Whereas, when I tend to look for trades, okay, I like to look for, I preferably like to look for one reason, okay, one reason, because when there's one reason for price to rise or one reason for price to pull back, okay, then there is a higher chance, from my experience, that plays out, okay, but at the same time, there's a higher chance that it will be a good, clean, breathable move, okay, where we don't really see necessarily like I say a breathable move, like a big move, okay, a big move when there's one reason, okay, one reason for price to move. That's when price tends to move the most, okay. Perfect example, these previous like short trades, okay. This was fueled by new long trades opening up. This was then fueled by long trades getting stopped out, okay. Same thing here, right? Same thing here, okay. And it's just really nice, really easy, okay, to find them, to trade them, okay. And it's just easy for price as well, okay. It's easy for price because there's no confliction, right? Whereas when you start to get this bit of confliction, okay, this is when price starts to kind of form this consolidation, because when you've got the confliction, what is it, right? It's kind of like confusion in the market, right? It's confused. No one's really taking control. No one really knows where price, or where they want to take price. Okay, when you've got that confusion, they don't offer the best possible trading opportunities. Okay, so looking at this here, looking at this possible rise, it's like, okay, right, yeah, I understand that we can see this possibly come up to $67,000, this rise. Okay, we could. All right, but we have to be a little bit careful because we understand there's a bit of confliction at this moment in time because there's no one reason why price is going to rise here. There's no one clearly identifiable reason why price is going to rise. So we've had, of course, this pullback here, right, which fueled by shorts opening up, but at the same time, some longs getting stopped out as well. Okay, and it's it's even. Okay, it's pretty even in the argument of what's moving price. Okay, they both done their job of pulling price back, right? Whereas here, okay, on this move up, we're looking at the same thing here, right? We're looking at, okay, we've had short trades open up. So on a move up, right, we can be looking for, of course, short trades to get stopped out. But at the same time, right, if we want to see price really, 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 really move up here, okay, we need to see long trades opening up as well, because there's not enough short trades here to fuel the move up, right? There just isn't enough short trades to fuel that move up. So if we want to see this move up, we need to see, okay, long trades coming in as well. But then that causes more difficulties because then you've got, of course, conflicting price action there, okay? Again, and it's not always the best recipe for a good move. Okay, so yeah, from where I stand at this point, I understand. Okay, we've did really nice trade off of this, nice rise. It can continue, but we need to see lots and lots of long trades coming in. But we have to remember, okay, now price is actually forming some local bearish structure, okay, within this higher time frame bullish structure, right? And what have we been looking at with this higher time frame bullish structure? Well, of course, we started looking at yesterday, of course, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count, right? The bullish Elliott wave count. And I mean, this point here could, of course, be wave 4, right? The end of wave 4. Price could then come up and, of course, form the end of wave 5, right? So yeah, there's still an argument, right, that price can rise from here, come up, complete wave 5 from where we are now. But I'm going to say this, take this lightly, right? I still think price can have another move down. I'm not saying price is going to have another move down. Okay, I still think that there is that possibility that we can have another move down here and actually get to this area for a possible long trade, just because I know that there's a lot of conflicting price action here. Market's a little bit confused here. Market doesn't really know what it wants to do. Okay, so I do still think there's a chance that we could go lower here, which of course is that area where I'm looking for a possible long trade. Now, does this mean I add to my short trade or enter into a new short trade just because I think there's a possibility that we could come lower? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. Because again, we've had the long trade here. We could go up from here. We could, if we get the longs coming in, great. Okay, so yeah, from where we are right now, of course, if you had the long trade from there, amazing. Okay, absolutely amazing. 2p1, move the stop loss to entry. You're in a risk-free trade, absolutely amazing. But for me, there's just no trade here. Okay, there's no trade here. Yeah, okay, if I was awake at that time, maybe I would have taken that trade, but I wasn't, and I haven't. Okay. So yeah, the next best possible trade setup really, okay, is either looking for, again, our major levels, right? So that's looking towards completing wave 5 up here, right? That's looking towards completing wave 5 towards $67,300, where of course we've got the naked point of control up there. We of course want to see lots of long trades opening up there for trap traders. Okay, we want to find trap traders or leave trap traders up there, and of course we then want to possibly form a failed auction or some sort of swing failure pattern up there. Okay, and if we do see that, okay, all of that aligning, then for me, it's like, okay, there's probably a high chance that this is the end of wave 5. Of course, this is a really, really, really good, trade entry. Okay, this is a really, this is exactly the same trade entry that we took here. Okay, with the current short trade that I'm in. Right, that's the exact, trade entry that we took from this short trade here. So yeah, it would look quite nice, okay, for a possible pullback from there. And then of course, what do we look for after a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count has been completed? Well, okay, we look for, of course, an ABC correction, right? An ABC correction. If you are familiar with this channel, of course, right, if you've been watching this channel for quite some time, you will of course know that all the way back here, we were using Elliott Wave quite a lot. And yeah, we use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count and bearish count at times as well, which then led us into, helping us enter into a possible reversal trade, a hedged trade, right? With whatever it was, a long trade or a short trade, okay, because we took quite a few back then. But yeah, we used, of course, the ABC correction to help us with those trades. So yeah, this is, again, we can start looking at this Elliott Wave now, because the price action, okay, is giving us the opportunity to start using this Elliott Wave again, right? And again, wave 4 possibly completed, maybe another move down for it to be completed, and then we go up. But then, okay, that next possible shorting opportunity is from wave 5, right? Complete wave 5, right? We can then look for an ABC correction. But of course, we need to see that trade entry trigger up here. We've got the naked point of control, so let's see what the reaction's like at the naked point of control. Let's see if we do form trap traders up there. Let's see if we get that trade entry trigger. If we do get that, right, we can look for the short trade, ABC correction, take that down again, and then of course look for a long trade later on down here, right? But yeah, that's in terms of like the bullish to bearish case scenario. In terms of the bearish to bullish, okay, it's still very much, which I'm sure you all are familiar with now, is of course price possibly pulling back into this GP786, where we've already got absorption where we are. So we already know there is a big player or big players that are sat here with big buy limit orders and who are absorbing all of these sells that come into the market. So yeah, there is, a big reason for price to rise, right? Because we're seeing a lot of absorption. We're seeing a lot of these sells getting absorbed. What happens when these sells get absorbed and exhausted, right? Price tends to reverse, right, in the opposite direction. So of course, that would mean price rises up. But of course, at the same time, we still want to see our levels being respected, right? We still want to see those levels being respected. So yeah, towards the downside, that's kind of the area that I'm still looking for, really. Still looking for anywhere between here. Okay, yeah, maybe there are those intraday trade setups. Maybe there are those smaller trade setups, exactly like the long trade from here, right? Okay, maybe I can take them if I see one that I like. And of course, in this example here, if I'm awake, right? If I'm awake to actually take the trade. So, yeah. That's kind of my plan. That's kind of what I'm ready and waiting for, right? Either one of these levels, right? Okay, do we get the bullish case scenario to the bearish case scenario? Or do we get the more bearish case scenario to then the bullish case scenario, right? Whatever it may be, I do not care, okay? I'm just waiting for a key level and then, of course, to take a trade off of a key level, right? Of course, we had this key level here. Unfortunately, I was asleep. But yeah, we just wait for that next key level. Okay, that's all we do. Wait for that next key level. And yeah, at some point, like I've said before, there is a 100% probability. I can tell you this for a fact. There's a 100% probability that in the future, we will tap a major level. Okay, they're not too far away. We will. Okay, we've already tapped one, a fairly major level there, right? But we've got 2 here below us. We've got 1 here above us, right? At some point, we are going to tap this. That I can guarantee you of. Okay, it's just a matter of patience. Let's wait for it. And we're still in a nice profitable trade. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how, of course, that ends, right? Do we come up? Do we get stopped out at entry? Okay, of course, I've realized the TP1 on the trade, move the stop loss to entry, okay, to $64,500. So if if, of course, we do come back up to the entry and we do get stopped out, of course, I will realize $3,459 on that trade. So very happy with that. If we come lower, great. I can look to take another TP. I'll be looking for a TP in this area here. Okay. And then, of course, maybe I can move my stop loss down to in a profit, right? Rather than at entry. I was about to say break even, but I've already taken profit off of this trade, so it's not a break even trade. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. We do have to understand, of course, it is Friday, right? It is Friday. For some reason, my computer's not plugged in. There we go. So yeah, it is Friday, so we're coming into the weekend. Just to have a little bit of a peek at the previous weekends. Yeah, we have had pretty boring weekends recently. So you can see that was not last weekend, the weekend before. That was last weekend. Gotta be one. Yeah, that was a boring weekend. That was a pretty boring weekend. That was a boring weekend. That was a pretty boring. I could go on for hours here, to be honest with you. That was a boring weekend. So yeah, recently we've had a lot of boring weekends, right? A lot of boring weekends. So yeah, let's not expect too much coming into this weekend. So yeah, it's kind of giving me an opportunity to just chill out on the weekend rather than yeah, taking a look at the charts. But yeah, taking a look actually at the stock market continued to make all-time high, just continued to make all-time highs again. And yeah, what we were speaking about yesterday was, of course, and I speak about this a lot as well anyway, but stock market pulls back, Bitcoin pulls back pretty much all of the time. Stock market rises, Bitcoin rises sometimes, okay? Bitcoin rises sometimes. It doesn't always follow it. But, okay, what we do see a lot is that, okay, yes, it does follow it, but it takes a little bit longer to follow it, i.e., we have a pullback, stock market's rising, stock market continues to rise, then Bitcoin eventually follows it. So if we're going to see the stock market continue to rise here, I would not be surprised if we actually see Bitcoin actually start to rise here and actually said actually a lot in that sentence, but yeah, come up and take out, of course, this high right here that we're kind of looking for it to take out. So of course we've had the pullback here whilst the stock market has been rising, and stock market is continuing to rise. So now are we going to get that lagged rise? Possibly, right? So that's a trend that, you know, I've seen quite a lot, especially this year as well. So yeah, if this trend is going to continue, then if the stock market is going to rise, continue to rise, we can look for Bitcoin to follow it as well eventually. But yeah, this could be the move, right? This could be the move. Someone was watching over on Kick. You sound Australian. Yeah, no, I'm English. I'm not Australian. Yeah, I don't think I sound Australian at all. I can guarantee you're not from Australia or the UK then. But yeah, no, I'm not Australian. My best mate, to be fair, is living in Australia. And I am at some point going to go out there. So yeah, maybe I can call myself Australian when I'm out there. I still won't get the accent though. I'm terrible at accents. But yeah, of course, if you've got any questions, do put them in the chat. Um, and yeah, if you're in any trades yourself, of course, I'll be very open to hearing what trades you're in. What would you do if you won a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's factory? Would you go if it was real? Probably. Probably. Yeah, I think from what the film portrayed, it was a very rare occasion. So, yeah, to say that you've done that, I think I would. But yeah, if there are no questions, would you try anything? Would you try anything from the movie? I'd eat all the chocolate. That's what I do. I'm addicted to chocolate, so I'd eat all the chocolate. Mo, good to see you back, my friend. Good to see you back. I am good. I hope you are well as well, my friend Mo. I am long since 59,000, riding until 64. 59,000. That is an amazing entry. Absolutely amazing entry. Looking towards 64. Not a bad shout at all, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's really, really good. Really good entry. Then shorting again from the 55 to 52. Shorting again. Hoping for 55 to 52. Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say shorting from 50. Yeah, don't know why I read that wrong. Yeah, so yeah, so that's an amazing entry. That's pretty much the low. That is the low. That is the exact low. So well done on that entry. That's amazing. So yeah, that's really, really nice. Really, really nice rise off of that area there. Yeah, for me, I can tell you that I would never have entered into a trade at 59,000 because on my analysis, I don't see any reason to enter into a trade down here. But clearly, you have something I can't see. So yeah, well done for that. But yeah, like I said, the long trade from me, I would have taken it at 60,250. Of course, if I was awake, because for me this was at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep. But yeah, I would have been in from here, and yeah, again, it's like it's a nice trade from here. It is a nice trade. I do like it, and you've still got, of course, that much higher time frame, much higher time frame bullish CVD there as well. But yeah, shorting a short from up here is kind of a big plan of mine, to be honest. You drink the entire chocolate river, literally. Thanks, I'm good. Good to hear, Mo. You had a limit order there. Okay, sometimes limits aren't bad. Yeah, okay. I 100% agree with you. I don't think limit orders are a bad idea at all. It's just not how I trade. I've got nothing against anything that I don't use. For example, limit orders. Laddering into a trade, super aggressive entries. I have no issue with any of these. I think they're all very, very useful tools. Okay, and I know traders myself who I personally know and who are full-time in this as well. Some of them ladder into trades. Some of them, I say some of them. I don't know that many, but I know that one of them prefers to ladder into trades. I know one who takes very aggressive entries, right? And yeah, I know someone who does take limit orders as well. Okay, who I know actually has success in these markets, right? They're all very, very useful. Okay, they're all very, very useful. It's just what works for you. It's exactly what works for you. And of course, this is clearly what, limit orders are clearly working for you. So if it whatever works for you, that's what you use. I always say I think these, trading is very personal. Okay, it's all about you. It's not about someone else and their strategy and necessarily teaching you their strategy. Okay, or strategy. I don't really like that word, but the system, whatever you want to call it, right? It's you got to find your own way. Okay, you've got to find your own way in these markets, and if you put enough time into it, if you put enough effort into it, you will find your way. And from me, okay, I've not necessarily, I haven't, learned what I know today from one single person. I can't dedicate everything I know to one individual. I cannot do that, okay, because it's not true, right? There's loads of different people, okay, that I've looked at, and I've pulled things from different people and think, okay, I like that, right? I'm going to use that, okay? But it's not always just that as well. It's just from trial and error from myself, right? Literally using things. Okay, I do not like this. I'm not using it, okay? Oh, I'm trying this new thing. I'm liking it. I'm going to keep using it. That's how it is. It's literally just learning what works for you, what you like, and what, again, consistently makes you profit. Still in the bearish day frame, still fib from 48 to 66, waiting for 52 to 55. Therefore, just a small long for now. So still from fib 48 to 66. So 48,000. Yeah, to 66 up here. So I guess is that I guess that is your much. I think I remember you saying this actually not that long ago. This is your bigger, and even Damien's. I think it was Damien as well who was looking at this fib. So this would be a much higher time frame swing trade, right? This would down here. If we see what we want to see down here for a long trade, I agree with you there. Lots of confluence down here, love it. So let's just see if we get down there. Of course, let's see if we get down there for of course, that's kind of what we want to look towards. The only issue I see is that if we do come down to 52,000, we're breaking the higher time frame bullish structure. That's the only issue I see with the price coming that low. And the reason I say that is because this is the first sign of strength that we've seen in, like, major sign of strength that we've seen in 6, 7, 8 months, right? So losing that for me just wouldn't be all that great. That's the only issue that I see with price coming down there. But, we'll have to see what happens down there. We could look incredibly bullish. We could look incredibly bullish down there. But price is continuing to rise here. We are continuing to rise. Would have been nice to have the long trade from there. But again, it's like the long trade from down here. I would have loved to have that long trade, but I can't. I can't know what's happening in the charts when it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm asleep, which is a shame. What I used to do, and I stopped doing it because I felt like it was just a bit over the top. There's this, I've forgotten what it's called now. Let me see. There's this website. Where are we? There's this website that I used to use, and you can connect it to TradingView. And when your alert goes off, what they do is they call you. not an actual person. It's like a robot, I think. Um, well, sorry, I think it is a robot. It sounds like a robot anyway. And yeah, I used to do that, and it would wake me up at silly o'clock in the morning. And yeah, then I would look at the charts. But it got to the point where I'm like, I'm getting woken up at these times, and sometimes I'm not actually taking the trade because the trade just isn't there. And yeah, then it's just impeding on my sleep, which was a bit annoying. So I did end up stop doing that. And to be honest, like I never tend to miss that many trades. I know I've missed this one here and this one here from being asleep, but I just never I never noticed myself actually missing that many when I was asleep. So it wasn't a big issue. Yeah, I think grounds will be 52,500, then up to 88 to 92. I think this is the bull cycle. Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see. Again, I don't really have an opinion on the higher time frame. It's not how I really do things. But yeah, I still very much think there is a possibility that we can go all-time high to 92, 95k. I do think there's that possibility still, but we've got a lot of work to do. There is a lot of work to do. Getting above 70k first of all, breaking this bearish structure, but at the same time, we don't want to see everybody anticipating this. We don't want to see lots of long trades coming in, because we know how that ends, right? We know that ends in a catastrophic pullback. So we have to be careful there. But yeah, it's still definitely a possibility. But yeah, again, it goes back to the issue of if everybody's thinking that, because everybody is, everybody thinks, well, everybody knows that we're in a bull market, right? Everybody is thinking this is a bull flag, or if you zoom out, cup and handle, if it wants to load, some sort of cup and handle type thing. And yeah, probably they've got some absurd price targets of between 100 to 200k. Yeah, so that's what worries me just a tad. But yeah, it's still a possibility. I agree. It's still very much a possibility. Let's see what's... Oh, there we go. Let's see what's going on in the order flow. So we are seeing long trades open up. Not that many. Not that many, to be honest with you. It's just... We are seeing shorts getting wrecked a little bit as well. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a mixture. A mixed reason why price is rising. It's a bit conflicting. Yeah, I always get a little bit worried about moves like this, but yeah, we'll see. We could see. We could see the long trades take over and really start to push this price higher. Another big trend that we've seen a lot recently as well is with the open interest. The open interest, we'd get to 1 billion or just above 1 billion, and every time we saw the open interest get to 1 billion, we would just see a pullback in price. There's a big trend that we've seen recently. So, we're quite far away from, well, I say quite far away. We're 120 million away from 1 billion open interest. But if you haven't smashed that thumbs up button, please do that. Please smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this this content to you. I was thinking the other day, we're close to 200 subscribers here, but I think what I'll do is at 500 subscribers, if we get to 500 subscribers, I think I'll do a $500 giveaway, and then 1,000 subscribers, I think we'll do a $1,000 giveaway. I don't think that's a bad shout. I think that's a good idea. I was going to say a $200 giveaway at 200, but I think that's just a little bit too shallow. I think we go for 500. We'll do a big $500 giveaway. 1,000. We'll do a $1,000 giveaway. And yeah, 2,000. At 2,000, do we do a $2,000 giveaway? I'll have to check my finances because I don't want to. At every 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 might be a bit much. We'll see. Depends how the trades are doing. But yeah, definitely at 500, I think we'll do a $500 giveaway, and definitely at 1,000, we'll do a $1,000 giveaway. I'm happy to do that. I'm very happy to do that. So yeah, let's make that the goal. 500 first. We'll do a $500 giveaway. 1,000 subscribers. We'll do $1,000. That'll be fun. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe. But yeah, other than that, I think I'll leave that there. We've been live for almost 50 minutes. It's a Friday. I'm gonna go and enjoy my Friday evening. No clue what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I'll probably just chill with my dog. That's what I do most evenings. That's what I enjoy. So yeah, have a lovely weekend, guys. Have a lovely weekend. Of course, for the team, I will be in the Discord as and when I'm needed there. Daily market updates, any updates, it will all be in here over the course of the weekend, of course. But yeah, I will of course see you guys on Monday, okay, for the, of course, normal weekly live stream Monday to Friday. And yeah, of course, if you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe. I'm gonna do that 5,000 subscribers, $500 giveaway. So yeah, we'll make that our target, and I'll do that giveaway. Not sure I will do it yet. Random generators. I'm sure there's some YouTube random generator type thing. So yeah, make sure you do that. If you haven't already, please do smash that thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you guys on Monday. Have a lovely weekend. Take care, and see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we